Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is some summer book recommendations for you. I do have a few just behind the camera over there, and I will be talking you through them individually and telling you why I think they'll be good reads for the summer. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, so let's get into it. So the first book recommendation I have here is quite a cosy read, to be honest, and it is The Delicate Dream Department Store by Mai Ely. And I read this one fairly recently. It's a fairly short book. It's quite cosy, like I say. It's about this shop that people go to when they've gone to sleep, and they go there to buy dreams. And there's this new girl, Penny, that's just started there, and it's about her time learning about her new job and what happens at the Dream Department Store. It's, like I say, quite a cozy read. You can get it read in one sitting. It's not too emotionally heavy or anything. So I think it'd be a nice one if you was going on holiday and you wanted something that was a bit more relaxed, if that makes sense. It's quite calm. It's quite steady paced. So it's a nice one to, like I say, take on holiday with you. And if you don't want something that's quite emotional, or you're not really a romance reader and you want something that's a little bit different, this might be the book for you. And not only that, can we just take a moment to appreciate the cover, because it's absolutely stunning. I love the colours, it's absolutely beautiful. The artwork is amazing. And this is what initially led me to buy this book. Not that you should judge a book by its cover, but I was just drawn in by this, and it's beautiful. This is the first one in a duology. There is a second book to it as well. I haven't got round to reading that one yet, but I imagine it would be the same sort of cozy, calm vibes. It's again about the Dream Department Store, so I imagine it's going to be pretty similar in that aspect. So yeah, like I say, nice, calm, medium paced book. It'd be perfect for sitting by a pool or just sitting in the sunshine. And it's not overly heavy, so you don't have to think too much, if that makes sense. It's just calm and cozy, and I really liked that about this book. So yeah, I thought that would be a nice little read for the summer. So this is the first book that I'm recommending. The second book recommendation is the same sort of thing. It was a cozy read, it's quite short, and it is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. That's the author's name. I may have just butchered that. I really apologise if I have. But this was one of my favourite books of last year. It's so cosy, again, like I say, quite short. It's made up of several different stories and they all tie together. And it's about this coffee shop that has a chair in the coffee shop that can transport you throughout time. And people come into this coffee shop to use this chair because they want to go back and see loved ones, or they want to go back and make amends with people and things like that. It's quite a nice little story. There is some rules to the chair which you learn when you read the book, and it's just got a nice cozy feel to it. I did really enjoy this. This again is one of a series. I do have the rest of the series here, so these are the titles of the rest of the series, if you can see that. So you've got Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Before We Say Goodbye, Tales from the Cafe, and Before Your Memory Fades. There also is a new one out, but the paperback isn't out yet, so I'm waiting for the paperback release date before I get my copy of that one. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but I will insert it on the screen somewhere when I'm editing this. But yeah, this series was one of my favourites from last year, and all the books follow the same sort of structure. There's so many short stories and they all tie together. And again, it is so short, you can read it in one sitting. They're absolutely perfect for quick little reads while you're on holiday, sitting by the pool. It's just such a good series for cosy, quick reading, and I really enjoyed them. I'm really looking forward to reading the new one when I get my paperback version. I think it's coming in September. I do have that on pre-order. But yeah, Before the Coffee Gets Cold is one I would 100% recommend. Another book or book series I would recommend for summer is the Hellion Lake series by Mia Sheridan. So you've got Archer's Voice, Travis, and then Falling for Gage. And they can be read as standalones, but they all do tie into the same world and the same series. And all of the characters are mentioned in all of the books, if that makes sense. The only one I have on hand right now is Falling for Gage because I've read the others on my Kindle. But I genuinely really enjoyed these. I read these not long ago. An Archer's Voice I read in one day. It was absolutely brilliant. Mia Sheridan is fast becoming one of my favourite authors, and these books can be quite emotionally heavy. There are some things in there that you might want to look up trigger warnings before reading, but her writing is absolutely beautiful. And like I say, she's fast becoming one of my favourite authors. I loved these books, and I cannot tell you how much I love them. They are absolutely fantastic. I think these might be some of my favourite reads of the year so far. And yeah, like I say, they can be quite emotionally heavy, so I do recommend reading trigger warnings if you want to beforehand. But the romance in these is absolutely beautiful, the writing style is absolutely beautiful, and they're the sort of books you can really get lost in. And I love a book like that. So if you're wanting something romancy, something that's going to tug on your heartstrings a little bit, something that's going to make you feel something, then these books are definitely good reads for the summer. And then lastly, I've got a couple of books here, both by the same author, and they are Funny Story by Emily Henry and Happy Place by Emily Henry. These are two of my favourite Emily Henry books. I'm going to put that one down and hold on to this one, just because this is the lighter of the two books. But Emily Henry tends to write quite light-hearted romances, if that makes sense. She's a summary author, really. She writes a romance about going away on holiday, that sort of thing. They're always quite happy, quite light, quite quick paced. And I think she's a perfect author to pick up in the summer, to be honest. Anything by her is quite summary and quite good to read if you're going on holiday or anything like that. But these two books were my favourite ones personally. Happy Place is about Harriet and Wyn, who have been a couple for a long time, but they've recently split up. And their friends all go on holiday together and don't realise they're not a couple anymore, so they pretend to be a couple in front of all their friends. And basically, we see a second chance romance develop throughout this holiday. It's a really nice book. It's a really good romance, and I did really enjoy this one. I think this is my personal favourite out of all the ones I've read of hers. And then A Funny Story is about this girl whose boyfriend has cheated on her with his childhood best friend. And then her boyfriend then moves in with our main character. They don't initially find each other attractive or anything like that, but we see their relationship blossom throughout time. And they pretend to be in a relationship to go to their ex-partner's wedding. And it all goes from there, basically. And like I say, we get to see their romance develop from there. Again, it's a pretty standard Emily Henry book. There's a lot of romance. It's quite cute in places. It's got a happy ending. So the perfect book for the sun and summer. I know this one has just come out in paperback. So if you prefer a paperback, it is now out in the paperback version. So definitely pick that up. So they're all my summer recommendations. So just a little bit of a recap. We've got The Delicate Dream Department Store by Mai Ely. We've got Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I think that's how you say it. Then we've got the Hellion Lake series, starting with Archer's Voice. Then we've got Travis, and then we've got Falling for Gage by Mia Sheridan. And then we've got pretty much anything by Emily Henry. But the two books I've got with me here today are Happy Place and Funny Story. And these two are my personal favourites by her. So yeah, they were a few of my summer book recommendations. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy it, please like, comment and subscribe underneath, and I will see you all again next week.